Lego is going down the toilet, literally. You need to see this weird trend going on in Lego sets lately. To see what I mean, check out the Mobile Police Dog training set. This 197-piece build has some cool parts and this amazing minifigure, but the piece I want to talk about can be found just under the tree. See that brown swirly thing? Yup, that's exactly what you think it is. It seems that these dog trainers have been a little distracted and haven't yet cleaned up after their furry friends. In fact, the Lego collectible minifigure Series 19 Dog Sitter actually had this piece included as well. I guess if it worked once, why not twice? Well, it turns out that Lego has a very weird obsession with this particular piece, because this is hardly the only time Lego has snuck in something stinky into a set. We've seen this same piece used in this same way in builds such as the Wildlife Rescue set, where it seems to have been dropped by one of the monkeys, and the Barn and Farm Animals set also features it, which isn't that surprising to be honest. However, the strangest has got to be this weird polybag from 2020. This set, simply called Castle, features a small and functional catapult that launches, well, something you definitely don't want to get hit with. While this might seem very odd, this actually is historically accurate, as this did happen during the Middle Ages. Now, the Office build from a few years ago has so many references, but there's one that really smells. Take a look at the piece that's placed under Michael's desk. It's a reference to the Season 2 episode The Carpet, and as anyone who has seen the show knows, the smell was overpowering. Thankfully, plastic doesn't seem to have that problem. But you see, no theme is safe from a little bathroom humor. The LEGO Friends line might be one of the most kid-friendly themes out there, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't have a sense of humor. The Heart Lake City airplane is a nice enough build with 574 parts, but there's something lurking under the seats. Fairly early on in the build, you're supposed to place a single brown swirly piece alongside a few other small parts. At the time, it's pretty unclear what's going on, but several steps later we get the answer. Turns out that right above this is the plane's toilet, meaning that what we just built earlier was the plane's waste storage area. Yuck. Now, seeing this piece used this way makes it easy to forget that the same Lego piece can serve countless purposes. We see this same piece pop up in sets such as the ice cream truck and the beach lifeguard station as delicious chocolate ice cream that the minifigures seem to be really enjoying. In isolation, it works, but it is a bit awkward and humorous knowing that this piece is definitely not used as ice cream in other Lego sets. Another use for this swirl Lego piece is as a cupcake topper in a variety of colors, such as this white cupcake in the Heart Lake City brick box, but when made in brown, the similarities to something much less tasty are obvious. However, it doesn't stop there, because there's one set that takes this entire concept to a whole new level. The Triceratops research set from the Jurassic Park line faithfully recreates one of the film's most iconic scenes in truly graphic detail, including the massive pile of dino doo-doo. Now, I love Jurassic Park as much as the next guy, but when I'm picturing scenes that I would want to recreate, this is definitely not at the top of my list. But it isn't even the wildest, awkward addition that LEGO has added to its sets. Let me explain, but first, please take 2 seconds to go tap that subscribe button, because we're getting close to 1 million subscribers. Now, the Lion Knight's Castle from 2022 is one of the more impressive builds in the last few years, with just over 4,500 pieces and 22 minifigures. Throughout this set are dozens of fun little Easter eggs and hidden jokes for fans to find, but one certainly stands out. Underneath one of the watchtowers, sitting on the grass, is a small brown frog. Nothing weird here yet. We all know that LEGO is obsessed with frogs, but what is weird is what's directly above it. Just a few levels up, you'll find a medieval toilet. These were just a hole with a large shaft underneath that served as something of a waste chute. This poor little guy seems to have found himself in the wrong place at the wrong time, as there's even a small note on the instructions page which says, quote, "A brown frog? I wonder if it was always this color," end quote. But who knows, perhaps this frog may even represent something else. So alright, we've definitely established that minifigures have certain biological needs. Where do they go when nature calls? Well, luckily LEGO seems to have quite a fondness for putting toilets in its sets, perhaps to the extent of calling it an obsession, and I bet you've never really noticed. We just discussed the latrine from the Lion Knight's Castle, but that's not the only historically accurate toilet to make its way into an official set. The Destiny's Bounty from the LEGO Ninjago line might not be a real ship, but it does take several cues from history. story. Just take a look at the toilet that our fearless ninja get to use on this ship. It's nothing more than a seat on top of a wooden bowl. I can't imagine a worse way to get a splinter. Moreover, a fantastically accurate toilet can be found in the Newbury Haunted High School from the Hidden Side theme. While putting the toilet very close to the kitchen might not be the best idea in itself, especially without even a proper door, the plunger is a funny and nice addition, and the fact that the toilet paper is gray really emphasizes the terrible quality of that teepee. Sadly though, not every toilet comes with something like a plunger to help things move along. The LEGO City train station includes a truly stomach-turning feature hidden within it. One of the sub-builds for this set is a small maintenance truck towing a porta-potty that seems to be experiencing some technical difficulties. This image from the instructions seems to show this minifigure casually walking away from the recently used toilet, looking quite pleased with himself. On its own, this isn't anything too weird, but things take a pretty gross turn when we consider this step. Yeah, it seems like this thing is full after the workers' short break. What a crazy bit of bathroom humor by the LEGO designer. Now, I don't know about you, but the idea of a porta potty so full that it's actively clogged up is quite the gross visualization, so let's move on. Actually though, this isn't even the grossest porta potty that LEGO has ever released. Can you believe that? That dubious honor has got to go to the Hidden Side's Paranormal Intercept bus set. This set features a small build of a toilet that transforms into a monster that shoots very gross discs at people. Yeah, I bet you never imagined you'd see this in a LEGO set. But it gets even worse, because if you thought that porta potties were the peak of gross bathrooms, I have bad news for you. The LEGO Ghostbusters Firehouse headquarters features something that I honestly hope I never see in real life. While the design of the bathroom itself is amazing, including that checkered floor, you might notice the translucent green bricks around the base of the toilet. That's slime. Yeah, it looks like Slimer, the ghost haunting the firehouse, isn't really the cleanest roommate. Going back to the LEGO Friends line though, the beach house might have the classiest LEGO toilet I've ever seen. Just look at this thing. It's an actual clamshell piece used for the toilet seat and lid, which is a quite genius LEGO building technique. I love the creativity and effort put forth to create the design of the toilet seats that were popular among beaches in the 1990s. Speaking of somewhat old-fashioned toilets though, the Detective's Office build is one of the most fun and detailed sets out there, and the level of attention the designers paid to every aspect of this build is amazing. The toilet in this set is a unique one as it features an elevated tank complete with a pull-string flusher. They don't make them like this anymore, so this might have been confusing to some people, but this is what most toilets look like around the 1920s. Even today though, there isn't a single universal design for toilets. The specific design of the one in the Ninjago City set is certainly rare in places such as the US and Canada, but in many places of the world they use a squat toilet, which is, well, quite self-explanatory. And since LEGO is truly global, it's no surprise that they've used this design at least once. Ninjago is largely inspired by Japanese culture, so I suppose it only makes sense to put in at least one example of this somewhere within the theme. However, the coolest toilet that LEGO has ever released can also be found in a Ninjago set, the Ninjago City Market. This toilet flushes. We're really getting advanced here. While it might not be the most impressive feature of this amazing set, it certainly is an incredibly unique addition and worth a mention. Now, before anyone starts complaining that toilets and poop aren't appropriate in a kid's toy, it's important to point out that LEGO has been putting toilets in build for a long time, and bathroom humor is nothing new. This set, simply called Bathroom, was released back in 1974 and very clearly features a simple brick-built toilet. And this wasn't a one-time thing either. In 1979, LEGO released another set called Bathroom with a slightly different design, but still featuring a toilet. While this addition is a bit awkward, it also makes a lot of practical sense, plus a little bathroom humor never hurt anyone. But you see, LEGO is obsessed with a lot more than just toilets. Click here to see LEGO's weirdest obsessions, and don't forget to tap that subscribe button below for more LEGO videos.